Good afternoon. You're on mute.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Thank
hear
you.
me
Thank you.
okay?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Same. We just have a minute to go,
Oh,
and which
sure.
is
Absolutely. Yeah. This is so cool. I'm excited. You know how you always get nervous, though? I'm always nervous. I don't care. It's always that, oh, I hope I add value. Oh. But I guess that's a good thing, right?
okay. So it's time, and let's start. So good afternoon, and I welcome you on behalf of Women Economic Forum 2021. Reverend Dr. Anita C. Powell. Wow. She is the founder of TAPN2U Movement, Ingai Creative Thought Academy, Poetry and Music Publishing. Being a Renaissance woman, she is a Michigan unemployment appeals advocate, metaphysical minister, poet, author, international spoken word artist, and speaker. Dr. Anita serves as the global chair for Oneness and Wisdom with all G100. Today, she will be talking about body wisdom, our ability to create health and wellness. And I can really feel that, with your smile and with the aura around you, you're going to spread a lot of message to all of us. And on this August occasion, I take the privilege of announcing the award that is conferred to you by Women Economic Forum, Exceptional Leader of Excellence. Thank you, Dr. Anita, for joining us and enlightening us. Thank you so much. The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abrami. Bless your heart. Well, you know what? Body wellness. Starting off, we are human and divine. And it's okay. It's okay to tap into you and recognize and be the goddess that you are. Well, I want to thank you, Abrami, thank Dr. Harbin, Sanja and Lakeshia, and you. Thank you so much. We have a saying here in the States that you could have been anywhere else and you decided to be here. And I want to thank you for that. And I'm honored. Now, before I share a story with you, I'd like to ask you a question and say to yourself, I am human and divine. Just go ahead and say that.
I am human
And divine.
and
Yes. And
divine.
see, bless your heart. Yeah, thank you so much. And some of us will have found that to be a little discomforting. Some of us may not have said it at all. Some of us may have said it just out of a response or reaction to the question. See, for me, for years, I've been afraid to acknowledge I'm human and divine. And it was life lessons that taught me to realize, it seems like when I needed healing to take place, I found myself going within where? To the divine, that divine that is connected to the all divine. Well, here's a little story I like to share with you. I had just closed my door, turned the key, and locked it. And I'm on my way downstairs because I'm going to the store to pick up some things because I was blessed the next day to travel to Arizona to give a message at one of the graduations. So I'm walking down the stairs and my phone rang and I answer it and it's my doctor on the phone. See, the week before I had I had my physical and she was calling. Now, normally, of course, the medical assistant will call you and let you know that, hey, everything's fine. Okay, so it was she. And I said, well, hi, doctor. What's up? So she said, well, Anita, everything was fine with the blood work except. So my heart started beating. I paused, I held my breath, and she said, the numbers are there. you are diabetic. Well, the first thing I did was take a meat turn and go upstairs into my home so I could sit down. And I immediately cried. Of course, I cried. And I cried because, one, I was afraid because I was eating what I thought the right foods. I was doing exercise that I thought that I should be doing. I was afraid because right before, just recently, a friend of mine had made a transition with diabetes with no legs. So I was afraid. And what I did, I momentarily, immediately jumped into the humanness of our intellectual evaluation comprehension, as Dr. Paul Leon Masters in theocentric psychology calls it. And I have since referred to it as the ego, our beautiful ego. I immediately jumped into there because I thought it had me. Oh no, here comes a life changing, lifestyle, life living moment. I'm changed forever. So I spoke with the doctor and she said, okay, well, Anita, you know that you know what to do. So I cleaned myself. I said, okay, well, I'm going on this trip tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is get myself together because this is what I'm going to do. I pulled myself, wiped my tears. I said, thank you, doctor. I go to the store, get my stuff. On the way home, I hear, you are a metaphysician. So as soon as I got home, I pulled a book out and I looked in it because, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We are human and design and divine. So I go on the trip, I make my speech. Now I had a speech already prepared. However, when they called me up there and I stood there, I heard. I call it a feel heard. Don't give that speech. Give your experience what you just experienced with the doctor. So I shared with them. I shared with them what had happened about the diabetes, type 2 meaning that my liver was rejecting the insulin that was producing in my body, our body, the wellness and health. So two sisters, when I was done, came up to me and recommended a book. Now, when I got home, then I took a moment, and of course, prayer and meditation is always in with this. Well, when I got home, I realized it was time my mind got affixed to the body matrix. The body matrix. What is the body matrix? The body matrix is our skin, starting with our skin, which I call our shield, keeping our inside nourished, our skin, keeping our inside nurtured. Now, that skin, which is just like the earth, is covered by this beautiful mosaic called the global grid, also known as the flower of life. If we put our skin, any part of our skin, to a microscope, we're going to see the pattern, the beautiful mosaic pattern. Well, this skin, our skin, is our fiercest protector. Wellness, healing. Our skin protects our muscles, and our muscles protect our bone. And our bone protects every vital organ in our system, all 10 of them, and our blood. Our blood nourishes and nurtures every vital organ. And that's why our blood, our lifeline, the wellness center of it, is also a wonderful reason why we should know. We've got to know our blood type in order to nurture it. If our blood is to nurture every organ in our body, we too need to know how to nurture it. We too need to know how to feed it so that we can heal when it's necessary. Sleep is healing. And then also, now there's a mechanism inside of us. I call it the 1/3. Our cells, atoms, cell. When I was going through massage therapy school, I named a song to it so that I could remember AMCTO, how we're composed of the dense matter. And I was say atom, molecule, cell, tissue, organ, atom, molecule, cell, tissue, organ. So our cells, we're just a whole bunch of cells with the neurons in our mind that gives messages throughout we receive that information, that electrical vibrational current inside of our brain interprets that information, talks with among each other with between the synapse of that information. And what's another what? Wait, hold on. The neurons talk, they communicate. What's another form of that? Ah, thought. Thought, how we think about a thing. Remember how I said before, I thought, oh my God, it had me, I don't have it. Oh, I'm afraid, I'm afraid. Everything has changed. Thought. Well, we have a third process. One third of our cells, they grow. One third of our cells, they duplicate. And then another third of our cells, they die off. Those are the cells that we need to remove in order to heal so that the other cells can duplicate, replicate, and grow. When the other cells don't die off, that's when dis-ease and disorder occurs. So now there's also another part of our body matrix. It is that energy, because we're all energy. We're pure energy, clothed. And the cloth is our skin. Well, we're also the soul, and we're also the spirit. And see, the spirit is connected to the spirit of the all. And it's our soul that so often needs healing. So now that's what happened when I got back and I pulled out my book. This is Louise Hay, Heal Your Body. This book is so small, what's a small book with big information. I looked up type 2 diabetes and my sister, what I found out, and I resonated with it immediately and started crying. See, because I went through the problem. I went through the problem thinking about the limitations. Now I had to go so deep. I was ready. I was ready for the time of unfoldment to get out of the familiar. And that, yes, too, may cause pain in the process of healing. But what I found out was that I rejected love. My liver rejected the insulin. I gave love all the time, but I rejected the love. I rejected it. So I did a soul healing. It was time. It was time to heal the soul. I was willing to ride the tide and reach within and touch, feel, and heal my soul. It was time to start loving me. It was time to start accepting I am human, you are human, and you are divine. My limitation, my beautiful intellectual comprehension evaluation, that would have kept me at the point of you got it got you. The divine within me took me to a point, go deeper. It's so deep. And most times it is because dis-ease and disorder is 80% emotional, 20% physical. That's a lot. So I began to change my world and began seeing life through rose colored glasses again. I started exercising, counting my carbs, and looking at how and why I was rejecting love. Why? The unfoldment part I learned was because I didn't think I was worthy. Of course, I wasn't worthy to receive love. I could give it, but I wasn't worthy to receive. So I did my work. I did my work. And I asked not the visual. I didn't want the visual of how this could happen. My personal want, I wanted the vision of the goddess. I wanted the vision of the creator to give me something that I could see, where I could work on. And I started visioning. I started visioning so beautiful how the insulin would leave and they would be holding hands and they say, hey, let's go on over to liver and let's go see how liver is doing. And they're walking. I'm seeing this in my body. They're walking as I'm on the treadmill and they're walking and walking and walking. They start knocking on liver's door and say, hey, liver, what's up? Liver opens up that door and say, come on in. Come on in. That's the vision. The healing, wellness, healing within our body matrix. And 6 months later, I go to take my blood work, no longer diabetic. Our body, our system, our pure energy is a wonderful, wonderful human and divine essence of it all, which we are connected with. So I have to say that my world, and once we recognize the divine, we are human and divine, I promise you, your world will look brighter. I promise you, You're going to feel more freedom, a freedom because of love. Not conditional love, but just indigenous, natural, organic, just love for life. I promise you that all of these things will occur and you would just love. You would just simply be love and peace. And with that, I just want to say, as we caress our humanness, let's tap into the serenity of our divinity, the body matrix. Yes, sometimes we must feel to heal the soul. And the journey of self recovery is absolutely beautiful. And I know you know, so are you. So we're going to continue to elevate and touch on that trust. You tap into you, I tap into me, and we tap into we because we are all one. And I want to say blessings, peace, and a whole lot of love.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm human and divine, and I simply, like I was totally engrossed with the way you were talking and the sharings. Thank you so much. I'll touch base with you. And on this occasion, I would like to inform you that the e-certificate will be emailed to you within a fortnight. Thank you so much for joining us and keep spreading love and joy and oneness and wisdom. Thank you so much.
Thank you, beautiful. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.